Good morning, cyber traders. Happy Thursday, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning on this 25th? Good to see you all. Good morning, Brad. Good to see Grant. Everyone on social media, welcome back. We're having a nice little crash. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. A meta market's down over 400 points. I woke up yesterday. I was going through my list of stocks I was watching, and I'm like about maybe 40%. You know, in the market. I took about 60% out of the market about a week, 2 week, about 2 weeks ago. I still own a couple of stocks, and now I'm like almost at the point I think I want to get out of all of them. I'm glad I got out. I did get out a lot of the stocks that I had because you know what? There's been a lot of uncertainty after about February. Once we started seeing the whole thing that happened when Nvidia started backing off, the whole hype and everything you can see here, where Nvidia basically was like, we hit that 900, we started plateau about March. Things started out looking too well there. And then even like when you look at some of the fabulous sevens, like even Amazon was the only one that did pretty well, but now she came all the way back down here. I still own Amazon. I mean, I'm talking about the fabulous seven stocks. But this meta that came out obviously definitely put a huge, huge wrench into things. And I'm going to look forward to making a really good video on that. Obviously, earnings announcements came out, didn't look too well with it. So lot of stocks are really getting beat up. I mean, I'm glad I got out of Boeing. My God, thank God I got out of that. A lot of these stocks, and also, I mean, I Home Depot too, same thing. I own Home Depot. I'm losing money on Home Depot, not too much because I own it for about a year. I own it right around here, right around the 300. But I was looking, my God, I was doing great. It went 400. But these things are starting to really take hits. Not really looking too well. Not looking too well in the market. And you know what? There's good things, there's bad things out of it. It's bad if you're still own position some of these stocks right now. The good thing is a lot of us miss that run. And that's the beauty about being a trader is that you could see what's happening. You could jump in. You'll get that opportunity to buy them back cheap again. Remember what we always teach you at Cyber Trading University, okay? You want to be a good swing trader, you have to learn how to day trade first. You just even if it's not for you, you got to learn the basics. Even if you do and take our courses for about just for a few months, just to understand the concept of it, because that's the whole thing about understanding maybe I want to do an option trade. Maybe I'm not, because you know what happens? And I say this all the time, and I'm going to keep repeating myself. I'm going to cover this in class next week. When you stop and when you sit there and be like, oh, maybe we'll come back tomorrow. You come back today and you're like, oh, maybe we'll come back tomorrow. Oh, maybe we'll come back tomorrow. And next thing you know, you wake up and all of a sudden your stock does this. Okay. FBL goes from 140 down to 828, down to 18. I think just getting crushed. Another stock ETF that's getting hit. And you're like, oh, maybe it'll come back. And believe me, we've seen some stocks that got destroyed. I'm going to talk, and we'll talk about a few of them. Okay. But don't trust them. The more expensive they are, the more they can have to go lower. All right. So Meta's trying to come back. Grant saying, you listen, I'm looking at iceberg orders. We're going to talk about that in a few moments. I mean, we do see some sports as support levels, but not the support levels. I see some buying going on. We'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But before we do that, let's talk about yesterday, because we had a couple of nice little stocks yesterday. And I want to talk about this stock right here, MULN. Now, you want to talk about a stock that got crushed? Okay. This stock last year was in the $800 price range. Then it was at the 40,000. Now this is wasn't at 40,000. This did a reverse stock split, a reverse stock split, a reverse stock split, a reverse stock split, another reverse stock split. You're talking a $35,000 stock back in 21. That's how many reverse stock splits is. So it wasn't really went from 35,000, 350,000, I'm sorry, down to $3. This thing is basically like 1,000 to 1 stock split already. But yesterday it was a good stock. We had a lot of fun trading this stock right here. Nice move, 280 all the way to 380. Really, really nice pop. I actually did a video. I don't know if you guys watch it. Is everybody still following me on is getting my alerts on my YouTube and Instagram? Everyone's getting the follows on that. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to it, I don't know what you're waiting for, because I did a video on this one, even on my Instagram and Twitter. And please make sure like it, ring the bell, leave a comment, share it. Okay, share the wealth. All right, because there was a good video I did on this stock talking about how to know when to buy a stock. Remember, the big thing we talked about, even for all the new traders that are joining us from yesterday's event that I did, it's all about entries and exit points. Anyway, that was a good winner yesterday. That was fun too. Couple of the stocks, AMD, that one was a nice short, breaking new lows. I see 140. Look, at probably going to test. Nvidia obviously was the other one, and SOXL. All of them basically taking big hits yesterday. We also had a couple of nice stocks that did make some decent moves. Hold on, what I had over here on my list that did pretty well. Yeah, we had right here, the metals are moving pretty well. Riot had a nice little pop. Now it's coming back down a little bit. Mara had a nice little pop. They're starting to come down a little bit. So all those stocks that we watched are starting to make a big move. We had a good move yesterday also on Tesla. Tesla, once again, you could see it right here, had a nice little slingshot because they did beat earnings. I did a video on that one too. I don't know if you guys watched it. It was actually that video did unbelievable. Everybody was looking and watching that one, the one on YouTube and on actually TikTok blew up too. But a great move on that one. Watch the video on that one. But sure enough, boom, after hours, nice little pop. Thing went to 165. Anyway, they're backing off a little bit. I'm not really too concerned about trading those. I want to focus on what we do best. We're gonna put Meta on the watch list, but that a lot of us can't trade it. But that market, bringing down 450 points, that has a lot to do with it, with what's going on. So there's a lot of uncertainty. And you know what? We talked about this earlier. You know what's really causing a lot of it too? When we were supposed to expect all these Fed rate cuts, we were supposed to expect 6 Fed rate cuts, not 1, not 4, 6. You know what we got so far? We're already in April, and they still haven't made 1 Fed cut rate. And now they made it sound like they're not going to make any of it. So this could be the trickle down to it also. And another thing you want to be very careful of too, I did do it. We did talk about this in previous classes and videos. It is an election year. Got to be careful this election year. Listen, I know Biden doesn't want to do anything crazy. You see what's going on with all these protests going on here, and he doesn't want to cause anything with conflict with Iran, and because one thing that would really hurt him tremendously is if oil prices start spiking, because that causes some type of that could affect, that could definitely hurt anyone's in the office, right? Stock market too, that could affect the stock market too. Like all these things that people look at, inflation, that hurts them too. So, but great news is this what we do all day today, right? Great news, what we do all day today. Catastrophes make opportunities for us. Okay. So that's the good part about it. Now, let's go through the watch list. We had a couple of stocks out here. I saw this BRFH. Doesn't really look good. I saw a ladder effect kick coming down. It's up about 67%. I love the price and everything else, but I don't know. I'm not too crazy about it now, even though it's a big percentage gainer. Air, this one was doing pretty well too. We trade this stock. This stock one day did go from $23 to $500. Big iceberg order showed up around $2. You can see it right there. Little red line right there. Right there. But nice little move. Stock, cheap, inexpensive, right up our alley. This one is probably moving the most comfortable with the nicest strategy. A big buyer just showed up at $1. Okay. So that is right around here. Okay. So it looks like the guy's blathering up. I'll show it to you. He just showed up right about now, 9 o'clock. See our little red line right there for 64,000, 10,000. Not bad. We'll keep an eye on that one. I like that one a little bit better. OPTN. PSC, this one's also looking like it's doing pretty well too. 9 o'clock program trading kick in. Another big order showed up, 100,000 at $1.70. Another nice little stock. PCSA. I like this one too. I see a big iceberg order out there that showed up. I didn't see anything else over here on the gainers. We're already past 10%. This one, it's an ETF. I would be careful of it. I would probably stay away from it. CYCC, we know why that's in there. We know why AGBA. We did great with that one the last couple of days. That one ran from $1 to $3. I knew that was going to be a short squeeze, short enough. There's Meta. I never seen Meta number 5 on the big losers list, but it's going to take down a lot of the stocks. A couple of ETFs are obviously going to benefit from it, like UVAX and all of them, UVXY. All of them are doing pretty well because of the Stock coming down. BCS, yeah, VIX, all these ETFs are moving pretty well. Anything on a lose? Oh my God, IBM also took a big hit too yesterday. That had earnings announcements too. Did we not talk about that? We never talk about IBM, right? IBM not doing too well. So if IBM's not doing too well, you're probably going to have a little trickle down effect with Intel. So Intel might get affected by it also. Intel was a nice little run at the beginning of the year. Look at it. All of them are coming back down. $45 down to 34. Did Microsoft get hit? Microsoft got a little bit of hit also, hovering around about the 400. I mean, they all had really, really nice runs. So it could, you know what? Today could be a really good short day. Okay. So what I'm feeling right now, from what I can see from experience, is that we're probably gonna get a lot of people freaking out when the market opens up. So I think it's going to be a really exciting morning. Microsoft and Google are reporting after the close, Lewis. That's right. Thank you very much, Lois. Forgot to mention that. So yeah, so everyone, that's going to be really big news. It's a big, big earnings announcements week, and you have kids off from school here because of Passover, and it's going to be a long week. It's going until Monday. It's Thursday going into the weekend. I don't think anyone's going to want to hold the stock going into the weekend. This is pretty interesting because it usually happens after tax season. So let's see how these all work out. So let's keep an eye on Microsoft and Google because I think that could probably trickle into that because Microsoft does have good earnings that could really bring down the market a lot. So let's get ready for the market open up. We got 15 minutes, couple of quick little announcements before we go. Phase 2 classes are starting today. If you're in a cyber trading university room, remember you have to learn before you can earn. It's going to be a great lesson. We're going to be focusing on discipline and trader psychology. Okay. If you want to know more about those classes, talk to Education Advisor. We also got a bunch of new traders that are joining, new trial members in the cyber group room. Remember, this is a class in our trading room. This is specifically, you're just there to watch. Please don't buy and sell anything what we tell you. Everyone here, you just need to see what people are doing and how they think for themselves. If you're watching on social media, hopefully you have your phone. You got the little QR code on the top left-hand corner. Basically, just take that link, scan that QR code. You could join our trading room and sit there and see what we do all day. So have fun watching that. Remember, you got to learn before you can earn. Don't just come here just in the mornings and the afternoons. Come and join us all day long. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. Trade safe. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 15 minutes. All right, guys? Happy trading.